everybody, this is Banner Badgers, and this is our Deadly Quest, GM'd and written by this guy here.
Hello.
How you doing? How is everybody? We are hot and sunny in the UK right now, today. I went down to the seaside. What did everyone else do?
Sweat.
Worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Day under stage lights in a convention centre.
Wrote some stuff.
Yep. Steve?
Yeah, they're just sweating hard.
I was doing dad taxi today.
Everyone's been busy, which is what we like. Right. Enough of the chit chat. Over to you, Ross.
Oh no. Okay, fine. Cool. Has anyone got anything they want to promote or they want to direct people to, where people can find you, anything like that?
You can go to youtube.com/banderbadgers and like and subscribe right now.
Nice.
He tried to push it out there, but I was quick.
Yeah. Nicely done.
Good reaction, Steve.
Anyone
Anyone else got anything to plug?
Sure,
Yeah.
Oh no, you go.
That's yeah. So I did a painting up the monster manual with Dragonborn Industries today, because obviously I look exactly like Rich from Warrior Prince 3D, so you can't even tell the difference. Yeah, big bushy beard. But that will go up at some point on Ian's channel, Dragonborn Industries, and then tomorrow we are going to be doing a live show of our Starfinder podcast, which will go out probably on the Monday where we'd usually have our live slot. So that's on Dragonborn Industries at 6:30 BST, if we get the stems back from the audio soon enough. But yeah, you can find all our past ones on YouTube under the same name. There he is, Ian. Hello. And yeah, really exciting and terrifying to take our characters out into the public.
Yeah, well done.
Exciting.
On the socials.
Cool. Pan, what did you want to plug?
Oh, just the usual. Hi, I'm Pan. You can find me online at Stellar Encore on Twitter, Tumblr, Blue Sky, YouTube, Reddit, OnlyFans. You know what's up. Go check me out.
OnlyFans? Back up.
What?
Back up.
OnlyFans.
Vinny, did you have something you want to say?
Don't really have anything going on right now, but hopefully I have some things coming up soon. So
there you go.
Cool. Steve, do you want to give out your home address because you're not on social media so people can find you or not?
We can egg your house.
You could egg my house if you wanted to. Yeah, I could give you my number plate. You can follow me around.
You seem weirdly into this. So.
Yeah.
you jumped too hard into it, man. You can come to my house, egg my house. Yeah.
Cool. And if,
I mean, put it this way: if it does happen, then I know who's done it.
Yeah, anyone in the audience.
Ian has travelled from Cornwall to do this.
I may have given the general public the idea, but it doesn't mean I threw the egg.
I'm going to put a clip up, which I'm trying to do every week now, of things that have happened. That is the clip I'm going to put up. It's Steve going, come and egg my house.
Come and egg my house.
Yeah. Cool. If anyone wants to find me, I'm at RJWickens86 on Threads and Instagram, where I'm sharing stuff that I'm creating and my experience of trying to format and write a DTRPG book, which is fun, tiring, and very, very painful all at the same time. Particularly today when I thought I'd lost 4.5 pages of work that took me hours to do and realised I'd opened the wrong save file. So that was good. That was a good experience that happened. Yeah, so you can find me there. I think if no one's got anything else they want to share, we can roll the intro video, Dave, and get started. Excellent. Still enjoy that every time. Cool. So we will start then with a recap of what we got up to last session. Nothing much happened last session. I think it was quite a peaceful, easy session. You found out what your quest was, which was to go and kill the High Elf King, Cyril Pentrieth, who is in Spuia. You were offered 15,000 gold pieces each to do this, as well as some other stuff if you wanted to stay in Drudan. You all accepted this quest. Some of you very easily.
So much money. It was so much money.
It is a lot of money. And you each got a note to try and entice you that evidently wasn't from the Empress, although she's the one who delivered it. Then you got a couple of names, Biggle Dip and Lolo.
Sorry, my headphones went just one more time.
Biggle Dip.
Great. Can we clip that? Somebody? I think we probably a big old dip.
Biggle Dip and Lolo were the names you were given by some helpful people of potential contacts in Narcal.
Did you write this on purpose? Because Lolo just sounds like a different description for the same thing.
No, I didn't. But weirdly, they are the two names that have people, when I've run this previously, that people have gone like, so what did you say?
Yeah, I think you did on purpose at this point.
I mean, at this point I am, because I kept the names.
For sure.
And then you got on the road, and your first day of travel was relatively easy, as Neri, the wood elf, helped you on your way and showed you some more of her cool contraptions in her wagon as well. And the first day was fine. The second day, the travel was fine. And then overnight, one of you, Neshka, had a dream that turned into a nightmare where you were visited by the mysterious stranger who encouraged you in a very gentle way to follow through with the task you'd been given, or there would be consequences. And he demonstrated what those consequences might be. There was a touching moment afterwards when you woke up, where Mrs. Bumblebomb comforted you. The others kind of just ignored it. Shape didn't think that was a nightmare, because that's not what a nightmare is to him. But you didn't share at that point what had actually happened in your dream. And then you got to the town of Steelhaven, where you went to the Wilwar Bronzelit workshop, where you had visited before. And waiting for you there was the Grand Artificer Wilwar Bronzelit, who is a little gnome. And we left off last time where you had just got in the workshop, where the predominant feature in here is a pile of junk in the middle with this portal above it, where junk just keeps falling through. And he turned his workbench behind him and picked up a bow and went to hand it to Mrs. Bumblebomble. And that is exactly where we're going to pick up. Wilwar is in front of you. There are other gnomes around you in this workshop working away. They're all quite busy, like they seem to be working on several different projects each. But Wilwar is just in front of you and he holds out this bow to you, Mrs. Bumblebomble. I made it a little bit better than you could eat on, but I think you like it.
Okay, it looks absolutely phenomenal. Some of your best work, and I've seen some of your best work.
And as you look at this bow, it is made from this wood that is this dark grey colour that if you turn it the right way, it is almost impossible to see. But there are little grooves and veins in it. And in the middle, the handle that you hold is this incredibly dark metal. And as you touch it, you get the feeling of lots of different elements in there. And you can just feel a button that would, if you press it, do what you ask for it to do.
Nice.
You can obviously tell other people what it does.
Does it come with an instruction manual, or is it a kind of shoot and go?
Oh, just think of what element you want it to do, and then it'll do it. And you'll be fine. The bow will do the rest.
Oh, bless your heart. Thinking of me always.
You can try it out if you want. If you want to fire it down the end of the workshop, don't hit one of the gnomes, please.
I'll try. All right, let's give it a wee go. And I'll totter off to the shooting range.
And you can see at the far end on like this, what is this wooden workshop that's quite large, painted on these red circles that is clearly a target.
Nice. I'll sort of like fiddle with the bow a little, and I will press the button. And I think, I'm going to think of stormy nights, and I'm going to put it onto the lightning setting.
Nice.
And just bring it back and
Cool. Roll an attack roll for me, Mrs. Bumble Bumble. We'll see how good your accuracy is.
27.
It is perfect. And what you see is as you draw this back after you've pressed the button, you draw your arrow back, and this almost invisible string that you find. The arrow lights up with lightning, and as you loose it, it almost turns into a lightning bolt as it fires across to the other side of the room, hits the target perfectly in the center, and lightning just bursts out of it. Not very far, it would only hit the target you think that you aimed at, but it just burst out a little bit. And you have your special little elemental bow.
Oh, it's wonderful. Oh, you really have done a wondrous thing here.
I always aim to please. And speaking of pleasing, some of you owe me money.
Yes, I would like to pay the balance on my staff, please.
Excellent. Follow eyes, follow eyes. He shouts this name into this workshop, and one of the other gnomes who is busy working, you see, stops and picks up this little clipboard with what appears to be one sheet of paper on it, and she heads over. And as you look at her, she's wearing identical clothing to Willwar, with this light blue and white clothing underneath and this apron on her front. But she is it is much cleaner and tidier and neater than his is. His has clearly been used quite a bit, and her face looks almost like a female version of Willwar, but slightly younger. As Followwise heads over, yes, Dad. You want to know who owes what? Neshka, is that it?
That's right.
350 gold pieces, I think, from what we've written down here.
Yeah, I'll rummage around in my backpack and count up the 350 gold pieces.
Cool. It takes you a little while, and while you're doing that, Followwise will turn to Shape. And I think you're about 400 gold pieces. Is that right?
I'll just hand over the bag of money I have.
Well. I'll count that out for you, buddy. I mean,
So Willwar holds his hand out, and Shape, if you put it in, he will take it.
Yeah, I'll just put the bag in.
Cool. And you see his hand drops just slightly, and then he throws it at Followwise. This is a big bag of gold pieces, by the way.
yeah. Can I intercept this at all?
You can try if you want to try.
Yeah. I just want to as the bag is about to it's so close to the palm. Far gets his hand underneath, between the hand. He goes, "Oh yeah, I'll count that out for you, actually, real quick."
Make a dexterity check for me,
For sure.
or a sleight of hand check if you would like to. If you're
Absolutely not. There we go. Oops, shit. 19.
Cool. Yeah, you beat his 15. You are able to get your hand in between, and Willwar just looks at you.
Yeah. Oh,
through
sorry.
these clothes that he's got on.
It's just that he's not always super great with money. I'm just going to count out how much does he owe? 400.
Well, I mean, it's 400 gold pieces, but I've got a very good hand at check-in, and I never take overpayment.
Oh, excellent. It's just I leaning close to him so she can hear. I don't think he can count too great, so I just want to make sure it's not embarrassing for him.
Fine. As long as the payment's right afterwards. Otherwise, I'll hold you personally accountable.
Wow, man, gnomes hate me. All right, I just count out the
We
money.
don't hate you. We just know that, you're good for the contract. Or two.
Same thing where I'm from. All right, I count out the cash and give Steve whatever's left over.
I think that was already
400 gold pieces in the bag.
Was it exactly 400 in the bag? Oh, well. I thought you were handing him your whole bag of coin.
No, it was the bag of 400 gold pieces we got off of the Queen of the Drow, the Empress.
Okay, then in that case,
it's just there was no thinking involved. It was like that's what I owe Willwar. I'm not.
I thought it was just she was like, "Yep, there's all your cash." Oof. In that case, if I just goes, "Huh, guess you can count," and just hands in the bag.
Cool. And Wilmore still like balances his hand a little bit as he fills the bag, and then throws it at Followers, who catches it, and she puts it inside her apron, but there's no bulge; it just disappears. Right, Neshka, have you finished counting yet?
Yes.
Excellent.
Here you go.
And do you pay him the right amount of money?
Yes.
Cool. He still does his little hand count, throws it at Followers, who disappears it inside her apron. Right, Neshka, let me have a look at your staff quickly.
Of course, and I'll hand it over to him.
Cool. And he flips it around and looks at the bottom, and you see he digs his fingers into a little break in the wood and just splits the staff a little bit at the bottom. Puts his, I'm not going to do the hands, but he puts his finger in it and wiggles it around, and there's a flash of white light. I caught myself just in time there. And there's a flash of white light as something goes inside, and then he closes it up, and there's a little like sort of gold light that comes under his hands as he mends your staff and hands it back to you, but doesn't say anything else unless prompted.
Thank you.
No worries. Shape your sword. You'll have to hold it though. I want the base.
I'll get it out and awkwardly hold it by the blade so you can fiddle with the handle.
Have you let the other one hold it yet? And he points to Kingsman.
No, not yet.
Oh, I can't wait. And he unscrews the, I think it's called the pommel, the base of your handle.
Yeah.
And then inside that, he holds it and he wiggles his finger around. There's a flash of white magic. And then he screws it back on. Right, already go. Now, I've had an idea about your blade. Have you thought about trying to split the blades?
What? How would we do that?
Well, I could add a mechanism to it that basically would split the blades. Like, you'd only be able to do it once, probably. But I think, anyway, we'll talk about it later. I don't think, if you've got time, we'll talk about it later. I just have an ideas.
But what did you just do then?
Oh, you all, those who only played half, I put a little rune inside your item, and basically, if you don't pay, it magically comes back to me in 7 days if you haven't paid, and I always know where it is, so I can track it anywhere on the continent.
But once we've paid, that's not on us anymore, right?
Nope,
You
it's
take that
gone.
off? Okay, all right, well.
Yep, if you paid in
That
full, I
seems
didn't
fair.
do it.
So, is that something you could put on an item on purpose? So if we were to say lose something, that it would come back to us in a short amount of time.
I mean, I could. It'd be quite expensive, though.
What's expensive?
500 gold pieces.
And could you tailor that rune to me instead of you?
Oh, yeah, easily. Not a problem for me.
And if you were to put it on my sword now, how long would I have to pay that off?
10 days.
Well, if you need a loan sheath, I'm quite happy to oblige.
Don't do it! Don't do it!
She gives very good loans. I've heard they're very good, very precise.
The terms are very reasonable.
Well, I mean, how long do you think it'll be before we kill the king?
Sorry, what? What did you just say?
Kill the
Oh
kill,
no!
You know, the High King of the Elves.
Okay. Wilwar, you didn't hear any of that, and I'm going to slip him 50 gold.
He takes the 50 gold. Well, no, I did hear it.
Kill
That's
this
what
guy,
he
right?
is.
No. Wilwar, you didn't hear any of that.
Well,
Do you understand me?
but just hear me out, okay? I'm planning ahead.
Now, you know what? If maybe we can hear you out in private on our own with no one else around.
But then we won't understand why I need his magic.
Oh my God, Mrs. B,
I don't-
please!
I don't
Right.
really need to
All
understand.
I'm thinking
Kate, I
is
don't ask
when
questions.
we're successful in
Bob walks out.
killing
Bob
the
walks
High King of the
outside.
Elves, when we're successful in our mission, we're going to get paid quite a lot of money for it, far in excess of what he's going to be charging us for this item. So when we're successful in finishing our mission, we may get arrested on the way out. We have to accept there's a small danger of us being arrested on the way out. So when I'm thinking that I'm in prison and unarmed, then this rune on my sword, where I can just say a command word and it summons back to my hand, then I can fight my way out of the cell and rescue you all, and then we can ride off into the sunset like the heroes we are.
Sorry, how much money did you say you were being paid by the Empress?
I don't know. It was some large amount of money. As fast as I can't count to. It was possibly 2,000 gold pieces or 20,000 gold pieces, but I can't exactly remember.
And even through his goggles, his eyes have just been normal size. His goggles are just filled. The lenses, his eyes have gone so wide they fill his goggles. It'll cost you 1,000 gold pieces.
You said 500. I've got a very good short-term memory.
Yes, but the problem is there's now a risk attached to it that if someone finds my magic, I could be implicated. It's a risk cost, you see. That's why you never tell him a shape what he's doing.
Let's put it this way. The blade that kills the High King of the Elves was made by your hand, and I've already paid for that. By you putting your rune on it so it comes back to my hand and I escape scot-free before they can question me about exactly where I got this blade from, seems to me like being a protection on your investment. So I think we should go back to the original 500 gold pieces. And I'd like to intimidate. Just a teensy bit.
Cool. You can absolutely try. Roll your intimidation and then I'll tell you what happens.
We can never come here again.
11.
I've gone outside to smoke. No way am I involved in this conversation.
So far you've wandered outside. Kingsman, what are you doing while all this is happening?
I'm just walking around up and down, looking at things, picking things up, putting them back down again. I have no real interest in items and stuff.
Can I redact that? Because I've forgotten I was trained in persuasion.
No, you are definitely intimidating. This is not a persuasion, this is an intimidation. Kingsman, as you're wandering around, going to pick stuff up, you keep getting your hand slapped by gnomes as you're touching really highly powerful matter. Put it down! Stop picking. Why is the big people picking? Stop it!
So my score was 11 because I'm on a 5.
Cool. So he rolled a 9 and gets a -1 to charisma because he's not very charismatic. He gets an 8, and you kind of in my own workshop. Outrageous. And on his gloves, he smacks his gloves together, and there is this deafening noise that reverberates out almost like a thunder strike that goes out. You don't hear anything or are not impacted by it. Those that are around will war, but all the other gnomes stop what they're doing, turn around, and are now facing you.
Okay.
And
Okay.
out of the corner of the room, you start to see what look like junk piles start to stand up.
All right. No, okay. We're just gonna take it down about 8 notches. Wilmore, my dear, you'll have to forgive Shafe. He's Shafe. But what we're not gonna do is we're not gonna use our angry words at our new friends, who we've just implicated in something quite difficult. And what we're not going to do is start something that nobody wants finished. All right?
I was just merely pointing out that we're all in this together, Mrs.
No, I know, dear, but he didn't need to be all in it, but now he kind of is. And now we've got to do something called damage control. Wilmore, right. Okay, I'm just going to take out some pen and paper and start writing down some names. So here's my daughter's address. I know I said that you could use one of my children for any favors, but here's some legal help. And also, young Charlie's quite strong, so if you need another apprentice for free, you can have him. That'll do. But maybe we just forget the last 2 minutes and gloss over everything. Could we do that, dear, for old time's sake?
You can make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Just outside going, man, the gnomes get good tobacco.
persuasion.
Yeah, Far's just outside around, and you see lots of gnomes wandering around,
Yeah.
sort of
I'm
looking at you, Far,
just
but not really attracted.
quietly buying some tobacco, some rolling paper. Like, so what else is going on in the background? Showing a nice little quiet smoke.
That's 17 on persuasion.
Cool. So, hey, you've given him these bits of paper, and he knows you well enough that he is calm. But the DC was lower for you anyway, because you're Mrs. Bibble Bobble.
Yeah.
All right. I could do with some stuff lifting, actually. That's a good question. That's a good point. Okay, fine. But that one has to leave, and I'm not doing that thing for your sword now. It would have been amazing. And you can fuck off for your rune. But as he says that, like, he tries to be aggressive, but it's like a child being aggressive, like he's trying too hard, and it's not. And he like recoils at his own use of foul language.
Oh, Wilbur, please calm down.
I'm sorry, I just get very angry sometimes, and never in front of a lady. I'm sorry, Mrs. Bimblebomble.
Oh, don't worry, dear. It's water under the bridge amongst friends.
Now, any more business? Do you have any more business with me?
Does anyone have any reasonable and non-life-threatening business?
So I was told that the secret to controlling my rage was in Narkel, but we're not there right now, are we?
No, you're not there yet. No, that's the elves.
Okay. All right.
No one else got any business that
I think I might. Okay, so Far pops his head in, like just making sure that nothing gets exploded, no one's dead. We're not banned from the entire place. He goes, "Hey, hi, just real quick, actually. I'm just looking at the extremely tense situation going on. Go, okay, you know what? I'll be outside." And just like goes like slowly back outside.
Or did
Like,
you want anything else?
I was going to ask about I saw that there's something about these cool braces, but this looks super tense, and I do not want to
Okay,
talk.
come on. My good friend Far with the silly mustache has a bit of a
All
question
right,
about
okay.
some items for you.
It's a good mustache. What was his daughter's name?
Fallwise.
I'm going to wink at Fallwise. She likes to pass.
Oh.
So you go in and say it's a good mustache, and then immediately ask after his daughter.
No, just a wink.
Stop that. You
It's a
put
good
that
mustache.
wig back where it came from, young
She
man.
looks at you very confused.
That's fine. I'm used to that. So, no, I was just wondering if you guys had anything in the way of like any more equipment around. I am looking for some braces. I'm not exactly what you'd call liquid right now, but you know, hey, we've worked together before. I don't know what just happened here. I'm not going to ask. I'm just wondering if we can make a deal.
Not anymore. No deals. We're very busy. Lots of people ordering stuff now for the harvest tournament. The feast. No, we're too much work on. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
How much
that's
would it
fine.
be, Wilwar? How much would it be?
No, we're too busy.
No, I'm not looking to
have
force
that.
it. Like he was insulting
Okay.
his own home. I get it. Like, I was like, okay, you're the boss. Sure.
Like, no, genuinely, it calms down a little bit. No, we genuinely are busy. Like, we've got like lots of people ordering stuff. Like, we've got about 40 orders to do in 2 days.
No problem. Understood.
We best leave you to it then.
Did you not want to check on the potion?
Oh, I forgot that.
So much going on.
Right, let's do that.
Yeah, the potion.
We had. Oh yeah, the potion. Right. Oh yeah.
But I don't mind. You don't have to get the answer
No,
to
we
it.
probably should.
And he turns around and he opens a deep drawer in his workbench, and he pulls out this large box, this metal box that you can all tell it's got runes all over it. Like, it's clearly very well contained. And he twists some runes on it, and they light up, and the box opens, and the potion that you gave him is inside. That he had already told you was covered in this illusionary magic, so it was not a green potion at all. And what you see now inside this little round-based potion bottle is this black liquid. Well, they managed to find out some information about it. It's not very pleasant, and he pulls off the glove to his left hand, and he holds up his hand, and he's got like an old gnome's hands. They're quite old anyway, but his little finger is like really shriveled up and short and really horribly old. Yes, I tried the dip test. I probably wouldn't advise it if I was you. Puts his glove back.
Are you okay? Is there anything I can do to like heal that up, like to help him?
You can try if you would like to.
Sure, yeah. I'm gonna just take his hand and just like hit some pressure points to see if I can just like give him just a general heal back, some kind of mystic heal. Like that's terrible. He was doing that for us and he hurt himself.
And as you try to put them in, it is pushed back, and you are not able to heal him at all. Nothing changes it. It is an irreversible effect, it would seem.
I'm so sorry. You were doing us a favor, and as a what's the word? As an artificer, I know that this must be rough. If I find out any way to reverse this, I promise I'll come back for it.
Oh, I don't think there's any way to reverse it. Don't worry about it. I've lost lots of limbs. Don't worry, some of them grow back. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh. I stare at Mrs. Benbourne. Do gnomes grow limbs back?
Yes.
Well, damn.
Routinely.
Not all of us don't.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
Back. Mhm. Yep.
Gotcha.
Okay. Wow. Amazing.
Well,
as long as you're okay,
the size of giants, but when they have their arms chopped off, they grow little bodies.
Yeah, I'm not sure I believe that, Steve. But, all right. Like I believe a lot. I believe a lot of weird shit, but I don't know about that one.
Stranger things have happened.
If you're okay with war, then thank you for checking this out. But so sorry about your finger.
That's fine. It seemed to stop. It didn't get into my bloodstream or anything. But I've been able to do some chemical testing on this Ica stuff, whatever it is. Whatever, it's not magical, so no like magic shit works on it. I've tried to dispel magic, that doesn't work.
Oh.
But what it does is it seems to age exponentially whatever it touches, and it's worse if it gets in your bloodstream, I think. That would be much worse because it would age your whole body very quickly till you die. But if it's just on the outside, it doesn't seem to be quite as bad.
Right. So, like, as a poison, it's pretty much lethal. How long does it tend to take? No. How long does it take to take effect?
Well, on the short experiments I did, I mean, it depends. It would be relevant to the age of your species. So, if you're a human, it'd be very quick. If you're an elf, it could take minutes, and then everything else I would suggest is somewhere in between.
Damn, that stuff's potent. We gotta be careful.
Yes, I mean, oh, go on, Mr. Bemba.
I just, out of character, does it resemble the black ichor that we've seen in the Drow City?
It absolutely does resemble the black ichor that you've seen in several different stab wounds in your travels.
My question was much more inane. Have you tested it on things that aren't people? Does it age metals and materials, or is it only age people?
It seems to be like living organic material.
Excellent.
I mean, technically, other things are already dead, aren't they?
I'll unscrew the end of my pommel.
No. What are you doing?
I'm going to put it in here for safekeeping.
And he smacks the box, and all of the guards come back up again. No. This is too dangerous for anyone to have. I mean, be thankful that no one has the formulas, I assume, because I mean, it would take me hundreds of years to work out backwards what this is. It's only with the formulas would you be able to produce it very quickly. Have you found any formulas about this from anywhere?
I bet we found lots of people who were puking it up.
So someone has it somewhere.
Yeah, someone's been definitely producing this stuff. They attacked a settlement with it.
There was a Drow guard outpost, and one of the guards had been infected with it.
It was horrible.
And then there was one of the guards in the Empress's royal chamber. He'd also succumb. to
Maybe we don't have to tell them like everywhere we've been, like especially after they know we're going to try and kill the king. Maybe we just tell them that like we saw some dudes.
Stop saying it.
Yeah, maybe just like don't say that stuff.
Just to clarify, you were in Drudan, and
God,
now you're
yeah.
on a quest to kill the king.
Allegedly.
It was just before our personal audience with the
Okay.
Oh, you don't need a fucking potion to age me. Crikey.
I go back outside.
Mrs. Bemba Bomble, you are keeping very poor company.
The
And I don't
things
like to
one
cast
must
aspersions
do-
on a lady.
No, I'm questioning it myself, dear, at the moment.
Yes, so I'm going to try and ignore the bit of information that I now know that could get me killed. Yeah, I can't let you take this because I'm going to have to work on a cure by the sounds of it. And this shouldn't be free anywhere in Stillburn. It's very dangerous, Shaith.
That's kind of the point, isn't it? That it's dangerous.
Yes, but some things are too dangerous. There's a scale of dangerousness.
It's not the thing that's dangerous, it's the person that's wielding it that's the problem.
Yes, and you'll be wielding it.
Yes, that's
And you
that's
just
right.
tried to start a fight in my workshop.
I didn't try to start a fight. I just tried to get you to become a little bit more honest than you was being.
I was being very honest.
You tried to double your price.
Yes, risk money. It's now
What's the
triple.
risk? So, can I have something else to put on the sword then?
Yeah, sure, fine. And he ends up drawing there's loads of like vials in there and stuff, and he just throws one at you, which you can try and catch if you make a dex save.
So I'll let that one sail past. A dex save. I'll try a dex save. I don't have some light on it. Yeah. So I'll let that one sail past.
What did you roll, Steve?
A 6.
You rolled, so you didn't let. As it's coming near you, you realise I cannot literally catch this, and he's just throwing it at me. And it does just clip off of you and smash a little bit. And you feel like your shoulder is very sharp. Because it was an oil of sharpness. For God's sake, you can't even catch. Pulls another one out, and this time throws it to you, so you can just catch it if you would like to.
I would like to just catch it, yes.
He gives you an oil of sharpness.
Excellent. I will put that in the sword.
Right. Well, so just to clarify, none of you have seen any formulas that might like link to this or anything?
Well, we found that in a mine that had been taken over by this creature.
Can we do like a history? Not a history check. Is it a history check? Do I remember we have anything?
And we do have a diary. It may be in the diary.
Oh, you have that. Where's this diary? Where was this mine?
You'll have to ask Nelly that because she was driving.
Oh, okay. And he is looking at you, Shape, and then he just turns to everyone else. Do any of you have a memory?
It was Kieran's mine. It was Kieran's mine. And we'll say it was between 2 days and a week's travel from here. It gets a bit confusing in the back of that wagon.
It does get very confusing, doesn't it? And he just pats you on the knee. Very confusing, Shape. It's all right. Some of us were meant for different things, and that's okay.
I like people like, don't let Far take his money. Don't treat him like a cunt count. And it's like, by the way, here's all the information laid out straight. I'm the smartest in the team.
Mrs. Bevelbobber, you were saying something. Sorry.
I don't recall any diary there whatsoever.
Make a deception roll for me, and anyone that wants to can roll insight on that.
Thank you, expertise. 26.
So you're now gaslighting me. Because I know there's a diary. I'm standing there, but I know there's a diary. But she's saying it's
no,
not.
I checked this.
Unbelievable.
I checked this. I went through notes. I rewatched episodes. Shaker, you were on the bed asleep, laying down when everyone else found the diary. You actually don't know anything about a diary. Kingsman, Neshka, and Far, you all saw the diary and looked at it. You specifically said, Steve, no, I'm laying on the bed. As everyone else was looking, I was like, I need to know this. You specifically said, I'm laying on the bed. And everyone else went, yeah, and then the book just disappeared. Cool. So did anyone else roll insight other than Shafe, who wasn't there and wouldn't remember it anyway?
I did, but
I
it was
didn't even
terrible.
roll it. I was no well getting anywhere near 26.
Is that insight to remember or insight to beat Mrs. B? Because I don't need to beat her because I'm outside, but I want to try and remember about the book.
So you would remember the book because you were there. You wouldn't forget that the book existed, but you didn't know where it went. You know there was a book, and then it just disappeared.
I am beginning to realize that things that disappear usually go into Mrs. B's bountiful trestles, so it's fine for.
How dare you?
So it's fine. Bar goes, I think there was a book around, but I'm going outside before it explodes. Back outside.
Cool. And Kingsman, did you roll anything, or are you still just wandering around being told
I'm
off for
literally
picking stuff
still
up?
wandering around, watching these gnomes, picking up items, just randomly picking things up. Not even, there's no interest in these items, putting them down in the wrong place. And
Cool. Roll me a d20.
19.
Cool. That's good. You pick one up and it sparkles a little bit, like a little bits of lightning, but not enough to affect you.
Cool.
Like you pick up like this gauntlet that has like little lightning sparkles on it, but it doesn't electrocute you.
Does his hair like go up?
Ah.
No,
is this
not
a
enough of any
full-on
effect.
kind of Thanos glove kind of thing?
No, it's like a. It hasn't got a glove fit to it. It's just like a bracer more. But there is a second one that is a pair to it that you see as halfway through being made. Cool. Mrs. Bimble Bumble. Wilmore, as you say to this about not knowing about any book or diary or anything, he looks at you with a knowing glance. Do you want to go for a drink, Mrs. Bumble Bumble? I know it's very forward of me, but perhaps we go to the half-full flask and just have a little drink quickly. Your friends are too big to get in, so it's fine.
Yeah, of course. That sounds absolutely lovely, Wilwar. Delightful.
All of you need to leave. You're not welcome in my workshop anymore.
Wait, only Shafe did anything. We were all cool.
What did I do?
Unfortunately, I have to go by association, and there's a risk here.
Oh, come on.
Maybe if you're good and you behave very well, and someone did you a nice note of good work you've done, I'll let you back in a few weeks.
We'll get one from the Empress after the deed is done.
Oh God, stop telling me stuff. Stop talking to me. Like, pulls off 2 bits of cloth and just sticks them in his ear.
Not doing that.
Why?
Cool. And then he totters off with Mrs. Bumble Bumble as they go out the workshop.
Behave!
I don't know. He pulls the bits of cloth out that he just shoves in his ears. I don't think they know how. That stuff's in
No.
his apron.
Usually this goes very differently. I don't know. They must have the wind up their tails today.
Well, it certainly sounds like it. Anyway, let's go in the half-full flask quickly. We'll find a private boat and we'll be fine. And he points you and directs you towards. There's 2 buildings that are almost like mirrors of each other, but they're these very old, like almost Victorian-looking buildings with the wood on the outside and the detailing. One has a swinging sign that says the half-full flask, and it is an image of a flask that is half full. And the other one says Forbidden Foods, and just has its name as its sign. Right, come on then. And you go to this door, and it's got like this main entrance door to the half-full flask. It is the perfect height for gnomes. Literally no one else in your group would be able to fit through this door.
Gnomes only.
There are ways around that, but you're not going to, I don't think at this point, going to experience them. And he goes inside with you. Everyone else, while Mrs. Bimble Bumble and Will go inside, what are you doing? You were in a gnome town. There is not a lot here, but there is enough for you to get in trouble. What would you like to do?
I would I'd like to let the others know that I want to find some place where I would be able to send a message back home. And then I'd like to speak to the group somewhere privately.
And I think if you look around, like if you're looking for something like really like big nature-wise, there is this pond in the middle of this town with like a bridge that goes over it, and a little island in the pond, and it has this giant willow tree in it that would be perfect probably for what you want about your message. and it's relatively private. Not a lot of people are going over there, but obviously 4 of you would be stood in the middle of the town in this pond.
I'm going to see if there's anywhere that a average sized humanoid can get a drink. At least if we can like get one sit outside or something.
Is there like a tavern for tourists?
Yeah, like a tourist
visitors,
tavern.
outsiders, that kind of thing.
No, you see, there are homes, there is the workshop, there is the half full flask and the forbidden foods, and the pond. There is no other shops here, no other taverns here. If you would like to go up to the half full flask, you can have a look.
See if we can get a takeaway or something. We'll drink outside.
Yeah, can we get like a walk me down?
Yeah, get a half keg.
I'll tell you what. Let's look out for somebody who can just ask to go get us some drinks. We'll do the 16-year-old outside newsagent thing.
Yeah, can you guys get us some drink, please? It's a gold coin.
Yeah, I want to keep an eye out for like a vaguely trustworthy, possibly a little bit older gnome who might go and get us a drink from one of the taverns and bring it out for us.
Yeah.
What gnome sized? Ah, crap.
And I rolled for it, and there is someone. You see this older gnome woman walking down with a stick, like this grey hair that hangs around her head, very much like avoiding your glance. She's already short, and then she's slightly hungover and slightly sort of arched back. She's even shorter than she should.
Sorry, hungover or hunched over?
Hunched over, yeah, that was the word. Hunched over. She might also be hungover. We haven't found out yet. But she does toddle along. She's not going to talk to you though, unless you talk to her.
Yeah, absolutely. So Falk's gonna just politely, kind of try and keep pace with her and go, "Sorry, excuse me, Auntie, can I just have a word for a second?"
And you have to she's going so slow. Your normal pace, you're just taking quarter steps. It's actually really difficult to do. In order to try to walk that slowly, it's so unnatural.
Oh, is there anyone who can get booze faster than this old lady around?
Well, have you not read the sign?
I look up for the sign.
And you see on the outside of the half full flask this big sign that says, "For those over 3.5 feet tall, insert 1 gold piece." And there's a little slot and like a shutter.
Oh, that's cool.
On the outside.
Oh, thanks, appreciate it. Okay, I'm gonna get a gold piece, put it in like it's a Coke machine.
Yep. And as you put it in, you hear some whirring on the other side, and a little dink as something glass hits the back of the shutter.
Oh my god, this is amazing!
And a click as though the shutter is unlocked, and it's like a slide up shutter.
Whoa! No, you guys just have this. You can just get this to the old lady.
She's gone, and she thinks she's gone really far. She's about 3 feet further ahead.
Arm's length.
Yeah, she's really good, but she can't hear you.
Yeah, she goes, "What? I'm too far away. I can't hear you." I'm like, okay.
Tourists coming in and trying why don't they just read signs? She's really loud but cannot hear you.
Yeah, that's fine. I let her go. She gave me information. That's good enough. This is like a human-sized pint of ale.
No, so what you have in your hand is a vial of liquid, like a glass vial with a cork stop in it.
Wow.
And on the side, Helpham's reduction potion.
Oh, he looks at the other and goes. He doesn't even say anything. He just looks at the other and goes, "Oh, check it out." Okay, look. How about we all go? Let's go for a drink.
I'll put a gold in as well because I want one now.
Yeah, let's all get one. But let's do a thing, and maybe go to a bar that isn't where Mrs. B is smoothing over the incredible faux pas we just all set up, and we can have a drink there.
Cool, Kings. When you do put your gold piece in, you hear the whirring, you hear the dink, and you can slide up the shutter, and there's another identical little vial of potion, if you would like it.
Yes, please. I'm loving it. All right.
Neshka and Ch03, you gonna?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Yep. Again, coin in, dink, and then little vial for you. This is Kelpsim's reduction potion. Anyone that consumes this potion is reduced to 3.5 feet tall. Irrespective of your starting height, it doesn't matter how tall you are, you all go to 3.5 feet tall. And it lasts for 1 hour. There is a short warning period before it starts to wear off, and that warning is parts of your body start to grow randomly.
Oh, oh no! I buy
But-
another one.
It takes time though, so like you can buy more if you want.
I'm totally buying an extra one.
Cool. Take those gold pieces off.
Alright.
Money won't be important later on.
It's good. This is still useful. Still good times.
Yeah,
Alright,
that's
shall
fine.
we? Okay. Well, Neshka, do you want to wait for you while you're going off to send your druid stuff?
I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you back here.
All right. Well, we're going to be in the what's the other tavern called?
It's not a tavern. It is a shop called Forbidden Food. There is only one tavern here,
Oh
and it's the
God.
half-full flask. There's a
Okay.
reason why they have the potion.
I turn to Shaker and say, "Okay, look, I really want to drink, but I need you to just be cool for like an hour, so we can just like get out of here without causing an incident."
I'm always cool. I was just telling the truth.
Right. But here's the thing: in my years as a man of town, sometimes
You're
the
younger than
truth-
me.
I don't know, how old are you, man?
38.
Yes. That's not the point. You were in an elfin fight prison for 20 years. I've been out and about in the world.
I've
The
had
point
some
is-
relevance.
Okay,
Anyway,
it's just-
you can have a drink in peace. I'm not going to come in the pub.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Oh. Okay. What are you gonna do?
As he stood there, I've got my sword out and I'm unscrewing a pommel. I'm going to change out the oil of sharpness, the potion of drinking.
All right. I'm gonna go in the pub.
Yeah, no problem.
Kingsman, you good?
I'll just-
I've already downed it. You turn around.
Okay.
You see
Kingsman, you what?
And it's very
Tastes
smooth.
as bad as it.
Yeah.
Kingsman, when you drink it, it tastes very sweet. It's very smooth. It's very nice. It's not obviously not alcoholic. And after about 2 seconds of drinking it, very smoothly, your body starts to go, "Whoop," and you just shrink down to exactly 3.5 feet tall.
Please tell me he's got a squeaky voice.
Hell.
Your voice is however you want it to be. The potion doesn't make your voice squeaky. However, if you want to have a squeaky voice, you can have a squeaky voice.
Let's go far. No.
Oh,
As
man.
the,
no,
as a
like,
half full
liquid
flask, got like, has he got western doors? I can just go.
No, it's just a simple wooden door, single wooden door that swings in.
All right, I'm gonna down mine. Actually, before I do it, Shape, just let Neshka know we're inside, okay? Before you go do whatever you're doing, and I'm gonna
I'm gonna
down
sit here.
mine. Oh, sweet! That's not strange at all. See you in a bed. And I'm gonna head inside too.
Cool. Neshka, are you going over to the willow tree?
Yes.
Cool. And you go, and it's this beautiful willow tree that sort of brushes against you. It's unavoidable to brush against the leaves as you do. What would you like to do whilst you're with the willow tree?
So when I said send a message, I don't have like a message spell or anything.
But you're a druid, so you can use druidic to send things via nature on the wind.
Right. Okay.
Would
Yeah. So yeah, I'd like to send a message to a tree near my family's house, and I'm sort of going to debate what I want to tell them because I don't want to be like, oh, watch out for this guy, because obviously they're involved with this guy. So I just want to send a message to them to be careful and to let me know if they need anything.
And as you whisper this into the tree and around it, there is a wind and the leaves below, and you see that the wind changes direction and it moves towards Yoblax, where your home is, the Orphanation of Yoblax, and it goes towards the north east, which is where you would expect it to go. And you can just sort of see and hear your words being carried off on the wind. Your message will make it. You're very confident your message will make it.
I feel a little bit better now.
Cool. Now, Mrs. Bimblebomb, you are inside this tavern, and it is like this classic tavern. It's quite dark. it's about 10 in the morning. It is not busy here at all. There is just you and Willwart in here, other than at the bar on the far side. There's lots of tables, all spread out like circular tables. There's a couple of booths in the far left corner, and there's a short bar in the middle on the far wall. And behind it is a gnome with this like dark beard, wearing a waistcoat over a shirt. Looks quite smart, and he's just cleaning with a cloth a glass, and that is all he's doing as you enter.
What are you drinking, Wilwar?
Oh, I'll have a whiskey. It's never too early for a whiskey.
Absolutely not. Hello, dearie. I'll say to the barkeep.
All right. What can I get for you? It's very early to have a drink, but it's never too early to have a drink.
Exactly. We'll have 2 whiskies, please. Rocks or no rocks, Wilwar?
No rocks for me.
And we'll have 1 rocks, 1 no rocks.
No worries. 2 gold pieces.
Easily done. I'll pull out my little granny purse and 1, 2.
Yeah, and you know, Mr. Bumblebee, that is quite expensive for a glass of whiskey. Anywhere in Snillmurg, but that's quite expensive even in the big cities. But he will take 2 glasses out, and what he does is he doesn't drop the glass and cloth that he's got. He just lets go of it in the air, and it keeps cleaning itself. And he brings out 2 glasses of whiskey, 2 glasses, like little tumbler glasses. Goes, climbs up a ladder to pick off the top shelf whiskey. Comes back down and pours you 2 whiskeys, putting an ice ball in one of them. Just remember, wrong voice. Remember, click your fingers twice, and I'll refill from here.
Thank you, dear. Well, should we find a wee booth?
Yes, somewhere private. I would suggest that we can sit and talk. And he points over into the corner. There's no one here that can hear you other than the landlord, and he appears not to be paying any interest in you.
But still.
Yeah, but still, it just feels natural.
Yeah.
And he sits down and he downs his whiskey immediately. So, you got something you want to tell me, Isola?
Well, I think you've obviously heard about my boys. And I was approached with a job that might help them out of the little situation that they got themselves in. And it would appear that that little job may have had some consequences that I was not aware of at the time. So, and I just down my whiskey as well. That's the sum of it, Wilmore. Indeed.
All right. And he, Wilmore clicks his fingers twice in the air. And you see Kelton, the landlord, looks over, claps his hands, and your whiskey glasses fill up again. And he downs his again.
Likewise.
Very strong, this whiskey.
It's lovely. Very smooth.
I normally have pale ale with cheese and crackers, so it's much...
lovely.
But okay, so I won't lie. I'm more interested in the fact you lied about the book when I talked about formulas. You know, the formulas that could reproduce the like mass murdering Ica stuff.
Well, I didn't know that at the time, and the folks that I've been traveling with also don't know. I hope that that I sort of slipped this gent that formula. I did. I can't. I'll hold my hands up. I may have made a little bit of an oopsie there. Oops.
It's one way of describing it is a bit of an oopsie. And you see he retches a little bit.
Oh no, dear.
Do you
Have a
know
peppermint.
he does eat peppermint. Do you know who you gave it to?
Oh, a fella in a coat. He was an elf. Was he an elf? I gave it to someone. It was a high elf. And I was told, bring this diary to the high elf outside the mines and sort out everything for you. And I hope he has, because otherwise I'm going to be absolutely furious. But that's about the sum of it.
Who told you to give it to the high elf?
It was a man in a brown coat. I don't. It's a little fuzzy, I will admit. And it might turn out that sort of a chap maybe is a bit of a wrong'un by all accounts. I'll be quite honest with you. I am in way over my head. You know, I didn't think after Antonio that I'd be the one sorting all this out, but then the boys royally stuffed it up, and you know, I've got everyone to think about, all my girls and the grandchildren, and I'm just so tired, Wilmore. I'm so excited. Do you know what it's like to go into a mine at my age?
I'm only slightly younger than you, and I run the workshop every day, Mrs. Bumble. I know exactly what it's fucking like to do work every day.
But did you nearly get eaten by a giant chest with a teeth and tongue?
I did nearly get attacked by some human with a double sword that I made for him, and now I've given him some oil to kill me with.
Fine, Shaith, he's just a puppy.
It's a bloody big puppy. Not like one of those tiny puppies, is he? It's one of those big puppies that just gets fucking bigger. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, let's double click. Dear, can we just have the bottle?
He floats the bottle over to you. It'll be about 10 gold pieces for the whole
That's
bottle.
fine. I'm good for it.
Yeah, no. So is Wilmore, to be fair. Wilmore is incredibly rich as well.
Yeah. That's why we're friends.
So I know what you're saying about it's a lot after what happened with Antonio, but I just want to clarify that you did give potentially. You're not 100% sure because you don't understand formulas. The formulas to an aging Ica that kills anyone and everything, to a mysterious man. Or you gave it to an elf and were asked to do it by a mysterious man who you don't even really know what he looks like. Have you seen him since?
Yes, we have actually. At the Drow City in the castle. No, I'm not gonna whiskey. No, it's and it's. At this point, we're making con saves, right?
You were in the third one, so yeah, make a con save.
Yeah.
He's going to make one as well.
9.
Oh, Christ. Cool, he somehow did worse. He's got 8. You're both very drunk by this point, and your speech starts to get slurred. As you just down this whiskey.
Listen, okay, so here's the thing, right? Okay. This guy, he just walks in his big coat, and he looks like, you know, he doesn't have a bath for a day or 3, but he's got like a kind of air about him, like, you know, he's Billy Big Knickers or something. And everyone's got like
Billy Big Knickers once. They were actually quite big. Ah,
really? Oh well, the more you know.
What's around here.
Well, it did Ch03. I was all sorts everywhere, Wilmore. It's the way of the world. But this fella, he strolls in, and everyone's got like a weird feeling about him. You know, you get the willies a little bit about someone, and you know, like I genuinely get a bit of a migraine just looking at him. Weird man. I have regrets. So many regrets.
I've got a regret as well. Lots of regrets. Okay, fine. That's fine then. And as this happens, the other people walk in. Kingsman and Far walk in, and you see they're 3.5 feet tall. So they're both the same height for the first time ever, and they're very small but perfectly proportioned.
Like,
So
look at them. Look back at the bottle. Look at them again. Look where we've grown.
Hey, Miss Bumble Bubble. As I come trotting in. You've seen if you've seen Fix It Felix from Wreck It Ralph, that's how I
Oh.
stick a phone. Hi, Mrs. Bembo Bumbo. Hello.
Oh,
And I go
hello,
up to the
dear.
bar.
Oh, you've got old wee.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey.
I'm as small as you now.
And
Or a
do you,
skull.
Bud, you go up to the bar as well.
Far comes in, sees Kingsman going, "Hi, how's it going?" And goes, "That's weird. My voice is normal." And then goes to the bar.
And as you come up, Kingsman, as you're being heckled a little bit by Mrs. Bumble, Wilbur is very drunk and not used to being drunk. Kelton, the landlord, doesn't change your voice.
Oh, hit me up, bumming.
He smacks you around the side of the head. Oh, sorry, not what you meant. Okay. What do you want?
One milk. Far, what are you having?
Yeah, I have a milk too, actually, thanks. But can you put whiskey in the milk for me? Thank you.
Two milks, one loaded.
He puts behind you.
One loaded. I like that.
There is no milk here.
Oh, man. Hey, Kingsman, what do you do when there's no milk?
You just have the whiskey.
What? You don't drink, though. Like, he's like, "Oh, I'll take the whiskey, sure." Like, going to ask you.
He lets go of his glass that hovers in the air, cleaning itself, and gets 2 tumblers out and pours whiskey. And holds
Wait,
his
does Kingsman drink?
I'll pass one to Far, and then I'll look at the other one, and then I'll pass that one to Far.
Well, all right. Hey, Barkeep, do you have anything non-alcoholic? Maybe like juice or not muddy water?
I've got pies and I've got cheese and crackers. They're not alcoholic.
Great. Okay, could you like just mash the pie and put it in a glass?
Yeah.
No,
he-
I'm so kidding. Oh, you got it. Oh, no.
He's got a pie halfway in it. I've had weirder requests.
I mean, are you feeling? It's like a stout, right? This is like Guinness. If you mash a pie up into a glass, it's making Guinness.
I don't think it is, though.
Say.
For anyone that's Irish that's watching, we apologise.
If you like Guinness, you know it's just bread, all right? So
He's got a pie halfway in like a tankard.
yeah, here, Kingsman, you feeling a little
I'm
more
feeling
robust?
A-okay.
All right, okay, hold the pie, thank you. I'll just stick to the whiskey.
He puts the pie back under. He'll give that to someone else.
All right.
Cool. 2 gold pieces from whoever pays.
I'll pay.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Neshka, are you staying outside? Now you've sent your message.
Oh no, I will. Once I send the message and come back, I will also take the potion and come inside.
Cool. And yeah, you shrink down to 3.5 feet tall for an hour. And then you head inside and you see Kingsman and Far at the bar speaking to the barman, who looks a bit confused. You've just seen him put a pie and a tankard back down under the bar. And there's a very drunk,
question it.
a very obviously drunk Mrs. Bebble Bumble over in a corner booth with Wilwar. You need to try and find out who this person is, and you need to get the formulas from them.
Mhm.
And I might be able to find it. Cool.
Take it back. Right the wrong. Profit.
Maybe not profit.
You
But,
could always profit, Wilbur. Just a little bit of profit. Just a wee smidgen. So fair. So fair.
I would have a nap. And he just lays down in the booth. Again, 10 in the morning.
I think having seen the werewolves like having a nap, I'm gonna like scooch in, like edge him over, scooch in, and invite the others to come sit there as well. Hey, buddy, it's okay. It's like there you go, sit in the corner. Mrs. B, is everything like cool?
Why, dear? Oh, look at you being all wee. Oh,
What?
and she's gonna like pinch your cheek.
He leans back like it's like I try to touch a cat. He's like, ah.
Oh, you remind me of my Jason. Oh, fun. I don't want to give you a better ship, but it's only character building, and it's just because it's just so much potential in you. You know,
Well-
that's all it is.
Okay. I feel like I got like my potential down pretty pat actually, but sure, thank you,
Oh no,
Mrs.
you're
B.
just a wee boy, and you
Right.
just need a shave.
Okay, I'm gonna drink from her bottle. I'm gonna pour myself a little bit more.
No,
I do need
No.
a shave. You are right.
it's mine. I bought it.
You
Get
can
your own.
make a contested athletics check. Crack the bottle.
Is that
No, fuck.
athletics or acrobatics?
I was just gonna try and stop him. Okay, fine.
Athletics or acrobatics don't allow you to pick.
He went 15 for far. Oh wait, what do I?
I feel I should be at disadvantage really being
Wait,
drunk.
Sorry.
Oh
acro-
yeah,
sorry,
absolutely. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Acrobatics? That's 22. 22.
14.
Cool. Yeah, you drunkenly go to grab it, Mrs. Bimble Bumble, but it's already gone.
I think
You're
he's got
about 10
enough
seconds
to
behind.
I've already poured it back down again. That's when she grabs it.
You don't mess with the woman's whiskey.
You know, Mrs. B, I gotta ask something.
Mm.
And I mean, like, look, we're all among friends here, right? Is Neshgrove with us as well?
Neshka, what
Yeah, Nishka has just come in, and I think she will also be ordering whiskey at the bar.
I wait
yeah.
for Neshka. Like, we got a whole bottle here. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, Neshka
She's
can
so
have
drunk.
some.
Wait,
Neshka's
what?
favorite.
Okay, I'll walk over and sit down.
So
He sent you a glass over. Visually, just sends a glass flying over to you, the barman.
So while we're all sitting there, everyone's back down. Yeah, Farmer was like, Mrs. B, listen. I move in like, you know, some might say small time criminal circles. Some might say that. I don't say that because I'm not getting caught. I've definitely heard, you know, I feel like I know your name from around somewhere. Now, this is a safe space. I look over it when it's like passed out sleeping. Yeah, sure, yeah. This is a safe place to go. Is there anything we need to know? Like, look, hey, crime. I just feel like, because at this point, Bar's rolled enough to know that like the name Benmore is tied to some crime. So, like, look, hey, one entrepreneur to another. I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. Like, what's your deal? People are obviously mildly terrified of you. That dude back there, he was actually more than happy to pay you extra. And I mean, no offense, that usually works for guys like Kingsman over here when he's full size.
It's.
Oh yeah, sure.
I'd be surprised in your circles if you hadn't heard the name, to be quite frank. Not
Right.
to toot the old horn.
No, hey, toot away. I'm still drinking her whiskey. Toot away, by all means. Tell me. Like,
How many
you've got to be
glasses
pretty
have you had,
accomplished. Well, I have resistance to poisons, so I've had 3.
Yeah, resistance to poison.
Alcohol is a poison.
It is, yeah. So you make a constitution saving throw of advantage then.
Much obliged.
I assume that's what you were asking for, but again, I've got poison resistance.
Yeah, okay. Well, I got a 2 and a 16.
Okay, yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, I think he's doing that thing where, like, yeah, he's taking small sips. If you ever talk to somebody who's like really drunk, they're like, "Drink with me," you're like, "Sure." Ooh, yum.
Pour
booze.
down the hatch.
Okay, all right. But you were saying about yourself. All right. It's like I'm just gonna keep like putting it to my mouth and then like swing it back in again while I'm trying to get information out of her.
I don't quite understand the question, dear.
Well, like you said, like I must have heard about you, or like at least your family. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page here. I think everyone's kind of we're going somewhere. We're going to make sure we can watch our backs. And like I said, no problem about crime. I love crime. When it pays well.
Why do you say that kind of stuff loudly?
There's only us in this bar, and your
Everyone's
buddy's
in-
asleep,
Oh, I
and
love
he definitely knows.
crime.
Okay, you know what?
Oh, yeah.
Who is in this bar? Is it busy?
No, it's literally there's you lot and Will War.
Right. Okay. So I look around. I'm like, I think we're
Oh.
fine. I think we're okay.
You might probably then know my husband, my late husband,
Right.
Antonio. God rest his soul.
I'll drink
and
that. I drink some more of her whiskey. 20.
he had established a legitimate business practice, which involved a myriad of fingers in a myriad of pies.
Oh, yep.
A little bit of moving of goods, a little bit of bodies in rivers, but
God, right? Look,
You
okay,
get the-
moving of goods, that's my whole jam. I get it. All these movers happen sometimes, ideally to people who deserve it. I
the
understand.
loaning of money and the
Yeah.
collection of kneecaps sometimes.
All right. How much of this whiskey did she drink? All right, well,
Very
hey,
good.
look, I get it. And now that he's gone, you're like, having to hold up his side of the bargains, right?
Oh, no. Now, let me be very clear.
Right.
Antonio had everything tied up with a bow.
Oh,
And if
great.
it hadn't been, Kyle got a stupid fucking idea in his head, and it was all sorted. It was all put up, tied up. I could have retired. I could have just sat at home with my grandchildren, and it would have been fine. But no, they've got to be Billy Big Knickers, haven't they? And go and get
I hate
themselves-
knickers.
Just honestly, you give them an inch, they take a mile. And so
Yep.
what do I have to do? I have to go and get me old crossbow out. Haven't had to use that since me mid-hundreds. And off I go, having to go and make random deals with strange men in bad coats, and then strange men with bad facial hair. And can you pour me a whiskey?
Of course I can. As he's pouring it, Far looks her in the eye and says, "What do you mean strange deals with strange men in strange coats?"
So as you pour
Yeah.
it, Var, you hear a clap from Kelton at the bar, and you see the liquid come out of the glass. And as it tries to go, Mrs. Bemble Bombles, it will not, and it loops back up into the.
Oh, it's cut you off. Whoa,
I think
wow.
you should stares daggers. I respect your business too much to cause a scene, but I'm not happy about it.
I think Far's minute changes ever so slightly. He says, "You were talking about making deals with." It's just that the
Men
guy
in
was wearing a
coats.
coat. Yeah, that guy was wearing a coat.
Make a con save, Mrs. Bemble Bomble. You haven't drunk for a little while, with disadvantage.
Oh, it's even worse.
Yeah,
Finally,
you're still
there's an
feeling the
attempt.
effects.
Yeah.
Kelton made the right decision by cutting you.
Yeah.
You know what? It was gonna come out at some point. The wee man that we've been seeing who hurts our heads and no one can quite remember. I may have made an agreement with him.
Right. Far puts down the whiskey, which he hasn't really been drinking much at all. Says, "Yeah, I remember him. He came to my order years ago. He ruined my life. So if you're working with somebody who we need to be careful of, if you're working against us,
Oh
Because-
no, dear, no.
no, hey, whoa, let me finish.
Oh no, I will.
Because when you arrived with us, you came out of And he looks around missionaries like, you came out of a literal portal from the fiery depths. Okay? And we let it go because we were like, cool, help out. But if we
I
can't...
did not know this.
Oh, wow, Neshka, you weren't there for that. Well, that's what happened. Mrs. B just dropped out of a portal, a fiery circle. And we were all like, that's fine because we needed the help. But I feel like now we can ask some questions.
Questions like, you're working with that man?
Right.
No, my work with him, as far as I'm aware, because I just need to check, just need to make sure his end was upheld, is done. And in my defense, I didn't know that he was the way he was when that particular deal was made. And I dropped from the sky because he just made a little wee portal thing, and I kind of went whoop, and then there I was.
Right.
Terrible draft. I've got to say, I would not recommend it as a form of transportation.
Okay. All right. I mean, look. We've all got stuff going on. I mean, Neshka's having nightmares. Safe is...
It wasn't a nightmare.
Yeah. Safe. Kingsman... I look at Kingsman. What is Kingsman doing whilst this very tense conversation going on?
Kingsman is just 5 foot away from the end of the table where you sat in the booth, and he's got his glass, which he's still trying to work out how to get the pie out of. He's like,
"Did you buy the pie in the end?"
Yeah,
pie in the glass.
He eventually went, "I will have the pie," and the bar was just like, "Okay," and just was punching the pie into the glass.
Pie the glass.
And they've been mashing it. There's like a little bit of gravy in it, like there's the liquid.
He's got that bit.
It's kind of like a smoothie.
Yeah,
like a gross smoothie with
like a real gross smoothie.
I think you've misunderstood. It wasn't a nightmare. It was a message.
From the man. I can't go the man in black. Is he in black?
Brown.
It's a brown leather coat.
Yeah. From the man in the coat.
Yes.
Well, I figure that it might help us, Mrs. B, if you at least could tell us his name.
I don't know.
All right.
I know as much as in my husband's line of work, and now I suppose my line of work, sometimes names don't get traded, and that's common practice.
Sure.
With this particular individual, there is something else there, and I can't
He
reach
has some
it.
kind
And
of ability.
Indeed, and I've got to be
you,
honest,
yeah.
I did worry at first that maybe it was the first signs of dementia, because I'm getting on a wee bit, but seeing that everyone else had a similar thing is quite a bit of a relief, I have to say. I want to assure you all, I've grown very fond of you very quickly, and I would, as the youth say, cut a bitch for any of you. And I mean that.
I think Far puts down his whiskey, undrunk, and goes, "Cool, let's hope so." And he's just going to go outside. He's going to go outside and have a smoke next to Shafe, who is a giant boulder compared to him now, I guess.
Yeah.
I forgot
He's
that I'm
like
only
that
3
before.
foot high, so Shafe's huge.
Yeah.
I lean against Shafe for a smoke.
Cool. Neshka, while you're still in there, are you doing anything else?
Well, I was wanting to tell everyone about the dream,
Oh,
but they've all
No.
gone.
that's fair. That's fair.
I'm still there.
You can stop. I'll stop if I walk out if you want to say something.
Yeah, I will. I'll start telling them about the dream and about the warning that I was given.
Wait, are we allowed to smoke in here? I asked the barman.
Shrugs.
Sweet.
No one's ever
Yeah.
asked that question here before.
Get my pipe out and start puffing away.
Whoa.
All right, sure.
Got any rollies in there?
Yeah, sure. I
Oh, amazing. Thank you.
pass it, Rolly. No problem.
Get you to roll for rollies.
I was absolutely the kind of guy who's got he rolls 5 at a go. Then puts in his pocket or something. All of his rollies are dog ended and kind of weirdly bent, but they smoke okay.
Oh, Neshka, that sounds like an awful time.
It
And
was.
that was the man in the jacket as well.
It was.
You can't.
And I
trust this
remember
guy.
where I've seen him.
Where?
He visited my family during my training, and he seemed to be encouraging my family to push me further. To the point where I eventually left. And now I don't know, was that part of his plan? What I am now, is that what he wanted me to be? And now, of course, he's threatened me that if we don't go along with everything he's said we should do, that horrible things will happen.
You got your message off to your family, right?
Yes, I did.
How long does Druidcraft usually take to get back?
Not very long, but I have to be careful what I say to them, because if they're being influenced by him, they're not really safe to speak to.
Oof, that sounds like a drag. All right, look, I don't like working for this guy. We've all got history, and he's not good news. Mrs. Bumble, I assume you have reasons for working with him. So, if your family was in trouble, I get it. Family's important. But I'm going to be keeping an eye. And I'm going to ask for that. Because I didn't see her give the notepad to the guy, but I know she had it. So I'm going to need
the
that
last
note.
thing you remember is the book was handed to Mrs. Bumble, and then
Yeah.
again, because I watched the episode to make sure, it just suddenly, she turned around and suddenly it was not there anymore when she turned back around. But none of you thought anything of it or paid attention to it, and none of you saw her give it to Kieran, the elf outsiders, who she gave it to.
Okay,
None of
okay. Yeah, I remember. I think I said, like, yeah, file expected to disappear, so yeah, fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool.
Something about game recognizes game, I believe is the words it used.
Yeah, but Far does know she had the book and hid it, just didn't say anything about it. So Far's going to say, I think maybe... Actually, I don't think... Yeah, that's right. So your buddy here snoring on my arm. It's drooling on me. Oh, shit. He mentioned something about, like, notes, formula, maybe in that book we had. Anything we can find? Look, I know you snuck it away. Okay, listen, game recognized game. I get it, but right now, yeah, we gotta get this done.
And as you say that, there is a loud knock at the tavern door, and it opens. And Shape, you've seen her walk past you. Neri is there at the door, and she just walks in and goes, "Time's getting on, people. If you want to
She
get
also
some
tiny.
now, let's get a wriggle." No, she's full height, and she's just leaning in the door.
That's awful. That's so inappropriate. We're trying to have a drink here.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
we should get Wilwar home. Barkeep, can you get Wilwar home, please?
I'll sort him out. It's not the first time this has happened, despite what he tells you.
Oh, I know. He's great fun at parties.
All right, no, she's right. We should get a move on. We can talk on the way anyway.
I don't think we should say much around Neri.
Nary a word.
Neri's... I've worked with Neri before. She's cannier than she looks, and she looks really canny.
And she is still staring at you, by the way, leaning for the door as you're all saying all this.
Yeah, let's get out of
And
here. Oh
try
wait,
the
it takes an
back
hour
window.
to wear off. How long have we been here?
It's a good sort of half an hour, 40 minutes. You're about 20 minutes. Just...
So we've still got like half an hour to be tired. All right, well,
Yeah.
let's get going. I guess us tiny five following our
the giant shape.
oh no, sorry, the shape as well. Yeah, us tiny four following our giant compatriots.
Cool. While you've been all
He
inside,
hands you a small cardboard sign. Oh,
What's this? And
it
I
says
flip
on
it
the
over.
it says on the front, shrinking potion addiction will work for food.
Cool. So, will you try to get like, you know what? Hey, I fold it up. I'm sure I'm gonna use it for some time. I pop it away. Oh wait, hold on a second. No. He's not. Doesn't he shrinking? He's already small. Never mind. I'm good. I keep the fine. Let's go.
Cool.
Also, Kingsman's the only one who got food.
Yeah,
See,
Kingsman technically has eaten and not drunk.
I've since then in the bar I've managed to find a spoon somewhere and I'm just eating it like a chocolate sundae.
Gross.
It is very gross. Little bits of steak in there.
Oh,
Oh no.
Like they're like brownies. Like that's the brownies. When you get to that, you know you've got to a good bit when you get to steak.
Did he go in there and order a protein shake or something? Is that
No, so they wanted something non-alcoholic, Steve.
Okay.
I know that you missed this bit. And the barkeep offered the only non-alcoholic things are food. So we offered to put a pie in a tankard and then pummel it into a mush, which is eventually what he did.
fancy?
Yeah. Cool. So you now are all outside. Other than Shafe, you're all 3.5 feet tall. Is there anything else you'd like to do in Steelhaven before? And Neri, you do get the impression that Neri is hurrying you along.
yeah.
Which she hasn't done. Like she has paid no interest in how long anything takes you until this point.
Yeah, if she thinks she should go, like the carriage is her job, it's her whole thing. The travel's her whole thing. If she thinks she should go, I'm cool with it.
You're ready to go? Anyone want to grab anything?
I'm eager to go, Neri.
Yep, ready to
Oh,
go.
you know what? Is there any I can like a store I can pick up a couple of like health potions real quick on the way past?
So you can go into Forbidden Food if you would like. It's the only other shop here. If you would like to go in Forbidden Food.
All right. Okay. I'm so sorry. No, we got like 10 minutes left in this drink potion. I'm just gonna grab some potions and stuff. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries. Everyone else in the car. Mr. Bemblebomb, do you need me to pick you up?
I'll,
Or you're all right?
Manage. PTDR.
Just swaying all over the place.
Fine.
And what Neri does, she does that thing where she walks alongside you, and every time you go off of like path, she just nudges you with her hip back on track. Like she's just constantly moving around you to keep you on track towards the car.
Herd gnomes.
Nesta,
I
what were you
would
saying
like
before we go?
to. I'd like to go with Far,
Cool.
and while there, I would like to say, I know that you understand that you trust Neri, that you worked with her before, but I didn't have this message until after I mentioned in her wagon that we maybe shouldn't go along with this plan. And there was that sort of reaction that she had when we tried to ask her about him. So I don't think she would do anything against us on purpose, but I think we need to be careful.
Yeah, I guess you're right. While we were traveling, she showed me the workings of the cart. Like that thing is covered in runes. It's crazy. Like, listening stuff probably wouldn't be too hard to do.
Not at all.
You know what? Everyone's looking out for themselves. I get it. Okay, you're right, Neshka. Let's try and keep this one unchafed.
That is now a verb. Cool. And if you go into Forbidden Foods, it is this. The door is full size, like you don't have to be a gnome to go in here. It's a full size door. You get the impression that the half full flask is a novelty thing because people enjoy that. It's an extra gold piece for a potion that probably isn't very expensive to produce.
That's cool. That's nice.
And you go in, and it is this quite big shop inside, but it's like an all-purpose shop. There's lots of healthy foods and items. There's adventuring gear, like the basic stuff, nothing too fancy. There's no weapons in here or anything like that. But what you see as you go in is these two gnomes, one woman and one man, and they are basically never as they move around very quickly, they are never more than like 2 or 3 feet apart. And they are both wearing like these bandanas around the head that are quite like bright green. They've got wristbands on that are quite bright green. They're wearing these like tank tops and these shorts, and they've got like little, what we would call trainers on, basically. But they're all like, they're marching around quite a bit, and they never seem to stop moving.
Excuse me. Can I just get? Jeez.
And in unison, as you do that, they speak in unison at the same time. Oh, yep. What's the problem? How can we help? Come on, what you need?
Oh, wow.
Move your feet. Come on, move your feet.
I think Far like starts doing it automatically. Like, used to like years of training. So he's like, yeah, of course, sure. Hey, we're just looking for some potions, maybe like some health potions or any supplies you can help us out with.
Oh, well, and they're doing laps, so you get like, they wait until they're past.
I am also jogging, doing laps with them as well. Again, like if you do martial arts long enough, you just do stuff when people tell you to.
I'm just watching.
You can get a smoothie if you want. That'll do what you need. Or you can get anything else you want. Do you want a smoothie? Smoothie's good for you.
Like a healing smoothie?
Oh, yep, they'll heal any problems you've got.
Oh,
what flavor do you want? We've got vanilla, choco peanut, berry, or we've got citrus.
Citrus? No, berry's fine. And a vanilla one, I guess.
Oh, okay. The berry one's 400 gold pieces. And the vanilla one is 50 gold pieces.
Fast stops running immediately and goes, what?
They do not stop.
I don't think I have enough for. Hey, Neshka, you got enough for?
No.
Oh wow.
Someone who does.
I do not.
You know what? Mrs. B's super drunk right now. Hey, Neshka, you should go ask Mrs. B. We can borrow some money for potions. It'll come in handy for everybody.
I don't think Mrs. B could ever be drunk enough that she would forget about a contract. I just don't see that happening.
Well, I mean, like the potions for all of us. Like, what if she gets hurt?
I mean,
also, if I
can
go
ask.
talk to her, she'll make fun of my moustache again. I can't take that right now. I'm so small.
So it was what, 400 gold pieces?
No, let's just get two of the 50 ones. 100 pieces should be fine. Hey, Jog. Sorry, what are your names?
I'm Nina. I'm Sidman.
Okay, Leela, Sidman.
We're the Fizzle Feasts.
Oh, wow.
I have to breathe between saying those things.
Yeah,
because they're moving around
right.
quite a lot.
Right, what's the difference between the two smoothie potions?
Kind of out of character, there's actually quite a lot.
For sure.
So,
okay, here's the rundown.
There's the subtle vanilla push, which is essentially a common healing potion, but these ones do have a difference. And basically, if you roll your hit points, because the way I run it is if you do a bonus action, you roll your hit points. If you do a full action, you can just get maximum hit points, that's fine. But if you roll with these, then you can gain temporary hit points from these smoothies if you roll the maximum healing from them. So they encourage you to gamble, basically, and take a risk and roll your health.
Okay.
But they're the same price as any other healing potion would be anywhere else.
All right. Well, yeah, that sounds really handy. Nishka, look, hey, you're obviously a favorite, so just just kiss her up to her.
The next one above that is 150 gold pieces, by the way.
God, what does that one do?
That's you get more temporary hit points as they go up.
Oh.
So the next one, so it's a normal one, then a greater. So it's 44 plus 4, and you would gain 10 temporary hit points if you roll maximum health with that.
Okay, so I'm trusting Neshka to get as much cash as she can out of Mom, and I'll wait here.
Cool.
Okay, yeah, I'll go back to the cart. Hi, Mrs. Bimblebumble. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm not. Oh, yeah, the head's gone a little bit. How are you, dear? Are you all right?
I'm okay.
Try now.
You know what would probably help with that? A smoothie.
Oh no, never touch the stuff.
Oh no. What about a smoothie with healing powers? That could be useful.
Seems excessive. What are they putting in it these days?
I have no idea. But it's a little. It costs a little bit more money than Far and I have.
Doesn't it? How much do you need?
They were 50 gold each.
Okay.
Bigger one.
And so
they could be.
how much can you and Far put into it?
I've only got about 100 gold left.
Okay. So
Neshka, you
mean-
can see Mrs. Bebblebomb is absolutely back on it and switched on and not drunk.
This is what I was afraid of.
so you've got out like a little notebook and everything again. So let's say if you can contribute 25 gold pieces, Far, he can probably scrape about 25 if he stops buying that moustache oil. I can then float another, let's say, 150, which will get you a little bit more bang for your buck. And if you just like to sign here, we'll get Far's signature as well, and that can all be done and dusted.
Okay.
Amazing, lovely. Do you want to go and get Far to sign that as well, and then you can come back and I'll give you the pennies, okay?
Oh my God.
I will go back and tell Far the good news.
God damn it, Neshka. That's the exact opposite of what I wanted to do.
That's what I warned you about. She's
Three of
never going to
you
be.
that are shrunk, as you start wandering backwards and forwards, Neshka, one of your legs starts to grow.
Oh God.
And is now normal size.
Just one of them.
Yeah, just one of them. As you realise that in a couple of minutes the potion's going to wear off.
I'll be
Vinny,
hopping back on one foot.
for your benefit, I will put the contract in the chat so you can see what you've agreed to.
Thank you.
I've already seen the contract once, which is why I'm not agreeing to it. Like, Far can heal himself technically. It's more for the crew.
Are we buying health potions?
Far tells Neshka straight up, I ain't doing that. I'm not getting a Mississippi pocket again. But if you want to put it up, hey, she'll be good to you. It's okay. Just make on your moustache. Oh yeah, right.
Oh,
Good job you didn't say that in earshot.
Redacted. He didn't say that.
it's out there. Are we buying health
Okay.
potions?
I'll go back to Mrs. B and I'll say that that Far didn't want to participate in this, but
Okay, right. Here's what we'll do. So if you're happy to float the 25, I'll put in 150, which you can pay me back. Okay. And what I'll do, actually, no, if I'll put in 100, you can pay me back, and then I'll give you a 50 just as pocket money. How about that?
oh, thank you, Mrs. B.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of
A lot of money.
Yeah.
So that's all
That's
done and
why she's the
dusted.
favorite. That's why I've heard to go do it.
She asked nicely. You run along and you get whatever you need, dear, and we'll talk about repayment as we go. Okay.
Okay. Make a note of this. Okay, so I'll go back with the 125 to Far.
Cool. And are you buying just the common, the vanilla push, or are you gonna buy one chocolate peanut booster? What would you like?
Let's
to buy,
get one
actually?
common and one like. Oh, Neshka, you got the cash, but I think like one common and one really good one's nice.
Sorry, didn't catch that.
I think like one common vanilla and then one like higher level chocolate.
Chocolate
That's like
peanut.
chocolate peanuts. Ooh. That's like
That one sounds good.
yeah. What we not okay? They do sound good. But I don't think we should drink them if we don't need to.
No,
But yeah, one of each should do it. Right, that should be enough.
I think so.
Cool. And as you say that, like you're in the shop saying that, the two Nina and Sinbun, as they're wandering around, they grab two smoothies and then carry on their loop. And then when they get back around to you, hold the hand out, carry on their loop, and then as they get back around to you, have their hands out for the money.
It's great cardio.
100 gold pieces. Should we pay them?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. So you have the subtle vanilla push, which is this thick and white liquid with like these green swirls in it. It will taste of vanilla with a slight mossy flavour in it. And then you have the Choco Peanut Booster, which is this super thick brown liquid with golden spots throughout it. And it has the sweet taste of chocolate with a nice savoury salty peanut butter twist in it. And they also give you 2 metal straws, which are reusable.
Are we in a protein bar?
This is like a health place. Like, you see
Yeah,
there's
it's
loads
like
of other stuff.
a health shake bar. My gym has this.
They are 2 fitness nuts, and that is the things they produced. Cool.
Well,
And
we
then
gotta
you
go
head
ahead
back
before we like turn into weird giant leg.
you're all full size now.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, gradually, where you've been talking, like one arm's grown, then the other leg, then your torso, then the other arm, and then lastly,
Oh God.
your head is
I'm
also
so
last thing.
sorry. All right, should we head back then? Let's get ready to go. Let's keep it up.
Cool. And Neri's waiting for you in the car. And is it right? So we all good to go. We should be able to get there in time.
Aye.
Anyone else say anything or want to do anything before you leave Stillhaven?
I'm going to jump in the back of the wagon. I'm good.
Wagon rocks.
Grab my my what appears to be a toothbrush. I'll just put it out in my back pocket, into my mouth. Nom, nom, nom.
Are you eating the toothbrush?
No, I kind of just something to fiddle with. So it's in my mouth. I can brush my teeth, and then I can switch it to the other side every now and then.
Right.
Especially when I'm on the wagon, so I can take it out, have a conversation like a lollipop, and then you'll see me put it back in.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Stimming, I get it.
And the carriage, the wagon sets off, and you are heading back off because you've got to go down a bit and then turn right to get back on the road. But Neri does get you back on the road, and you again see outside the wagon that like the world around you is moving much quicker than it should be. Clearly, she is using whatever power this wagon has to get you there as quick as possible. And nothing else happens for the rest of your day. She doesn't stop anywhere, even if you pester her. Like, she's really keen to keep going. And nighttime comes. She spreads the wagon out again with another lever, and there is enough space for you to sleep. And it's comfortable for all of you. Does everyone go to sleep? Do we do watches? I know that
I think a watch. Yeah,
I'll do
definitely
the first watch because Neshka is not in a hurry to go back to sleep right now.
That's
Cool.
fair.
I can do second.
Do half elves
Alright.
trance or just elves that trance? I forget.
Elves.
Elves.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Half elves have to
So
sleep.
I'll take third then.
Cool.
Like last watch.
Last watch. And you only need 4 of you. If you take a couple of hours each, it's absolutely fine. So it's about
We just
what
need
we
to
can
sleep
get.
off the booze.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got a wicked hangover to sleep off.
And you do sleep that off. Those on watch, nothing happens on your watch. Neshka, like, it is very peaceful. You see nothing. Like, the cart is still moving really fast, and it is almost impossible to see out of this blur. But nothing impacts your cart at all. Nothing impedes it. Kingsman, you get up. You do your watch again. Nothing happens. It is blurs around you as Neri doesn't stop through the night. Just keeps going and leaving the horses. And then you get back to sleep, Kingsman. And you start to dream again. Kingsman, what do you dream of that would be like, what is Kingsman's idyllic dream, the thing that he would want the most, the world that he would want the most, maybe?
So weirdly, it's a repeating dream that he's had for a long time. It doesn't exactly know where it comes from, but it's in a stone bathhouse, and he's generally topless anyway. But in the dream, there are many people around him, all topless, and they are all putting bronze in oil over his body and just massaging it into his skin. And in the distance, through the pillars, you can see outdoors, the sun is setting and everything is at peace.
Well, and as you're sat there relaxing, you sat down on a bench relaxing, are you? As you're bronzing yourself, or are you bronzing each other?
Each other.
And as you do, you feel a slap on your back as someone starts to bronze you with quite a heavy hand. And as you look over your shoulder, you see this quite rotund individual with like this grey chest hair. Looks slightly out of place here. Most of you are quite athletic, with this like big bushy blonde beard with little grey hairs in it. And he just starts slapping your back and bronzing you. Wow. Isn't it nice, Kingsman, that the world is at peace once more?
It is, but I haven't seen you here before.
Oh. You don't recognise me? We're like brothers. We've known each other for such a long time.
Brothers, I would have remembered. I don't think you're my brother as such.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, Kingsman. This is one of the weirder dreams that I've been in. I'm not gonna lie to you. And like, he just drops the facade of this big guy, and you see this man appear. Like this guy was like 7 foot tall. It's now this 6'3" roughly guy. So he's smaller than you, with this long leather coat on and this simple clothing. The tattoos down his face, the brown beard and the like, slick back shaved sides hair, and the piercing grey eyes, and with his gloves on. Yeah, no, look, I'm really sorry. Nothing against any of this. But this is just one of the fucking weirdest dreams I've been in. I won't lie to you. Normally, when people dream of like idyllic things, it's not this. But each to their own. It's very pleasant, and it's nice that there is peace. But the stranger that you saw outside the throne room is back here, and as he appears, you feel something in the back of your mind trying to like break out. You can let it come out, and it will hurt, or you can try and fight it. And it'll probably still hurt, but you might be able to suppress it, whatever it is.
No, I'll let it out.
Excellent. And you're going to take 12 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
As you see this man's face, and he's talking to you, and he seems quite jovial and quite relaxed about it. And your mind is taken back elsewhere as a memory is released inside your head. And you are back in the halls in Steoshar, in Mathindil, where you worked and you were the kingsman for the king of Steoshar, Clank the Tabaxi. You were in the grand dining hall where he would host guests, and you see Clank this Tabaxi with this orange fur that has got like grey spots on it, with this little goatee beard. And he appears to be talking to the individual you've just seen, the stranger, who has a sea elf on his arm, who is also talking to Clank. And you know the sea elf woman. It is the one that distracted Clank from his wife. You can make an Arcana, a Perception, or an Insight check if you would like to, as you see them talking to each other but can't hear their words from
I will do Perception.
I thought you might.
It's a 10, so that's 10 with bonuses. That's not great.
Yeah, it was a DC of 10. This is your memory, and like the edges of this world are like blurred, but you can very much see Clank now and this sea elf woman and the stranger are very much in focus. And you see that she is flirting with him, and Clank initially is like pulling back, and then as you're paying attention in this memory and like you kind of focus in on what's going on, you see this like pink energy come out of her eyes and into Clank's, and his like sort of glaze over a little bit, and he starts to flirt back. And you know this memory was the first time you saw this happen, and the first time that Clank got distracted before eventually his wife left him, and then you left his services basically. Do you do anything else in this memory?
How much have you been manipulating the people around here?
And as you say that, you come out of the memory, like it all fades around you, and he's still in front of you. I don't manipulate people. I present them with opportunities, Kingsman. It is their choice to take.
What exactly are you?
Well, a very good question. I can show you if you would like.
Very well.
And as you say very well, the world around you opens up in your dream that you would expect to be in control of. It opens up and you start to fall, and you cannot see the ground yet. You see clouds, and you break through the clouds, and you see the stranger is nowhere around you. As you break through the clouds, below you is this dark world of red and fire and lava and sharp rocks. And you see creatures flying around with red wings and scales. And then eventually you hit the ground, but you're not hurt. It doesn't hurt you. But you hit the ground, and the stranger stood back next to you. I suppose this isn't what I am, but it's where I do a lot of my business.
So you've been making, well, you are the devil that people deal with.
Oh, I'm no devil. I'm just a human being who happens to be very influential. You can insight check that if you would like to.
Good. I got nat 20.
Cool. What's your total?
That's it. Nat 20. What, 0 for...
No, that's cool. You got a nat 20, so you'll get stuff for that anyway. But when he says he's just a human, that isn't entirely true, but he is a human being. You can see he's human. Like if he wanted to show you what he was, he could. You obviously know that you're somewhere in the 9 hells right now. But when he says he's human, he means it. And he appears to be being honest to you when he says that I'm human.
How old are you?
Well, I was there when the first dragons fell. And I was about the same age that I look now. So what's that? About 250, 230 years old, maybe?
And what made you immortal? Did you make a deal yourself to bring other souls here?
You are full of very good questions, Kingsman. Very good questions. But maybe now isn't the time for me to answer them. Because I've got a question for you. Are you going to do what you've been told to do?
I think for now, yes, I am. But I will do it because it's been done, not because you have manipulated the situation.
Hey, as long as the job is done, Kingsman, I really don't mind. But just in case, because there's a little bit of doubt there, and I do like to make people aware of what happens if they don't do what they're told. Because you cherish your freedom, don't you? Freedom's important to you, being able to wander.
I go from town to town to do what I can for those who can't do it for themselves, yes.
Exactly. And that's a noble thing to do. So if you don't do what I've told you to do, for whatever reason you don't do it, this is what awaits you. And as he says that, and like he points his hands towards you, chains burst from the ground, latch around your wrist, one latches around your throat, and they burn and sear your skin as they grab hold of you, and they pull you down, so you have to bend your knees. You can try and resist this if you would like to.
I will resist as much as I can with every fibre of my being. Oh, I got a nat 20. If I'm doing, am I doing strength or?
It's a strength check, yeah.
Yeah, that's a +6.
Cool. So you're able to fight back, and you pull against these chains. The DC was 25, and you break them. And he points his hands again, and more chains burst out of the ground and grab you and pull you down. You can make another strength check if you want to. It is now at DC 30.
I would do. I can't beat it, but I will do it again. I got an 8 + 6.
Cool.
But
And this time,
I will rage at the same time, so I will fight with as much willpower as I can muster against this being forcibly surrendered.
and he smiles at your fight. I do love it when people fight and try and get out of it, but some things are inevitable, Kingsman. And however strong you think you are, I am stronger, and I have more power behind me. So, this isn't it, by the way. This is only part of it. The best bit is this. And in front of you opens up like this shimmering screen almost, where you can see the real world. And in it, you just see villages being burnt down and attacked, and people who you would say are innocent, and this thing shouldn't happen to them, are just getting decimated by these forces, armed forces like military from Spuia and from Drudan, are just attacking these villages. Now, this is what awaits you for eternity, my friend. And he pats you on the shoulder. Sweet dreams. And that is where we will end tonight's session at the end of Kingsman's dream. If that's what I call it.
Well,
Spoopy.
But well done for a 26, by the way, on a nat 20. That was
That was
very-
cool.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That's clutch. That's clutch.
Because I was trying to think of if he's got complete control over everything, all I can do is resist. So yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
I
that's
enjoyed
nice.
that.
That's very good.
It's good to be back. 'Cause I missed the last 2 episodes. So it's cool.
It's very good.
I was enjoying sitting listening to everyone's stories.
Oh,
That's cool.
Dragon Ball.
It's very good. But cool, right. Thank you, everyone who watched and commented, and thank you all for playing. We'll be back in a couple of weeks' time where we will pick up from when Kingsman wakes up.
See you all
Let's
next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.